Kamloops Radio RV6, Golf Zulu Victor Delta.
Golf Zulu Victor Delta, Kamloops Radio.
Zulu Victor Delta is on the south apron, taxiing for a run-up gate 23, then departure to the south. Jazz 53, rolling 2000.
Jazz 53, roger, break, Lima Charlie Tango. Roger, wind, runway 27, wind calm, altimeter 3000. Traffic doing a run-up, correction. Zulu Victor Delta. Roger, runway 27, wind calm, altimeter 3000. Traffic doing a run-up at gate 23 is a Cherokee. Once airborne, they'll be westbound. Right-hand circuits, runway 27, Cessna 172.
Okay, runway 27, Zulu Victor Delta, and I checked the traffic.
Zulu Victor Delta, squawk 0252.
0252. Kamloops Radio, Zulu Victor Delta, run-up complete, holding short 27.
Zulu Victor Delta, circuit traffic, Cessna mid downwind right hand, and the Cherokee on the climb out westbound.
Okay, Zulu Victor Delta, taking position and departing.
Roger.
Kamloops Radio, Victor Oscar Tango in the downwind for 27, stop and go.
Victor Oscar Tango, roger.
Full power, airspeed's active. Nose wheel off.
Final 27 stop.
Victor Oscar Tango, roger.
Kamloops Radio, Lima Charlie Tango, clear the zone. We're at 3,000 feet, flying westbound.
Lima Charlie Tango, roger.
Cameras radio, Zulu Victor Delta through 4,600, turning southbound.
Zulu Victor Delta, roger.
Well, good Saturday morning. Hopefully all my camera issues are resolved. The last half dozen flights or so that I've gone out on, I've had one type of problem or another, but looks like, knock on wood, everything is resolved. So, it is a beautiful...
Burn area. Golf Tango Romeo Actors Commander inbound from Kamloops, just less center 7,000 feet. For burn currently 15 miles back to the northwest. Planning overhead the field in 10 minutes.
Okay, so we have a beautiful Saturday morning,
Tango Romeo Actors.
and it's been several weeks since I've been out flying around, and several weeks since I had a look at the forest fires around the Kamloops area. So, I am currently flying around the Rossmore Lake Fire, which is quite a large restricted area to my right. And looks like it's mostly gone. There's quite a lot of burn off here to my right, but I don't see any active smoke plumes. It is quite hazy, but I don't see a whole lot of smoke emanating from any areas here. Maybe down about 10 miles to the southwest there, but my intent here is to go around the restricted area, and then we'll just have a look-see, see what's going on, and then head off up towards Adams Lake and the north side of the Shuswap. So, for anybody keeping score, I am at 7,000, almost 500 feet.
6-7 traffic over
At 2,380 RPM, burning 8 gallons an hour, with a true airspeed of 151 knots and grounding 148. So winds are pretty light up here today. It's just a gorgeous day. If it wasn't so hazy, it'd be just beautiful. As always, a big thank you to everybody who subscribed to the channel. I picked up quite a few subscribers after my California adventure, and for anybody who watched it all, well, thanks for your patience and thanks for sticking around. It was, obviously it was quite long. But it was a lot of flying, a lot of editing. It took me months to get it out. But it's all done. And now I'm looking for some new content. Let me know if you have any good ideas for me to buzz around central British Columbia or the coast. Right now, I don't have any firm plans for any cross-country flights, but on the California trip, I did not get to go to McMinnville. I want to stop in there to the Air Museum. So hopefully I might be able to put that together in the next week or two. And otherwise, no firm plans. I'm just approaching the north end of Stump Lake here down on my right. and start making a turn now to the southwest.
Yeah, Buffalo Julia, as you inside, I'm on the east side of the lake. I will cross the lake and join the west side, Buffalo Julia. Roger that.
And because I'm changing directions, I'm going to climb up to 8,500 feet.
Buffalo Julia. Roger. Yeah, go ahead, Buffalo Julia. With Mike Lima Yankee, I'll let you back first, Buffalo Julia.
Now being at 8,500 feet means that I'm going to avoid the restricted airspace because it does top out at 8,500. So technically I can fly right over it right now, but out of respect for the firefighters and the work they're doing, I'm just going to avoid the area and make sure I don't get in anybody's way.
Bravo, currently at 9,200 feet, just around mountain in the area. I'll watch out for any traffic open, Bravo. Garland County, just went to Gulf Sierra Fox Romeo, 4,400 feet, BP, West Bank, Egan.
Hey, there's 8,500 feet.
4,500 feet below, just went to Gulf Sierra Fox Romeo. And 126.7 traffic in the Edgewood and Polk area, helicopter Whiskey Quebec India, currently indicating 7.5, and I'm 5 miles to the west of Edgewood. Nelson is next, conflicting, 126.7 traffic, Whiskey Quebec India.
So again, it's kind of hazy and the visibility is going to restrict, and I'm quite high. So you can't really see an awful lot, but down to my right, off the right wingtip, quite a bit of fire damage. And that's towards Lac Lejeune and Rossmore Lake. But again, I don't see any what I'd call active fire areas, so it looks like it's probably just a mop-up operation at this point.
Tango, Roger.
So I'm just coming up on the south end of Stump Lake and turning westbound. And again, very difficult to see on the cameras probably, but down to my 2 o'clock, I am seeing firefighting aircraft. So if there's any question of this area still being active or not, it is. That's probably a good segue. I've received some questions, or I've butt in on a couple of forum posts recently about the rules regarding forest fire restricted areas in Canada. So, as a disclaimer, I retired from flight service about, 7 months ago, end of January. So unless things have changed in the last 7 months, this is my understanding of how forest fires work. When a forest fire starts, let's imagine a single lightning strike. One strike, one single, very small, confined area of fires, smoke. Let's just call it a single plume of smoke sticking up out of the, into the atmosphere. Once the forestry people are made aware of that, they will start actively fighting that fire. And the rule is, in the absence of a NOTAM, any forest fires, you must stay 5 nautical miles or 3,000 feet above ground level in the area of that fire. So, no NOTAM, 5 miles, 3,000 feet. And that's the rule. Good airmanship would dictate you probably do both. So, if it becomes a slightly larger fire, or several small fires, all in one area, the forestry people will issue a NOTAM. They will pick a center point of the fire. So if there's 4 or 5 fires all in the same area, and they're considering it one fire area, they will choose a center point of that fire. They will issue a NOTAM based on that center point. And again, 5 nautical mile radius, minimum of 3,000 feet above ground, or as indicated in the NOTAM. They might say a 10 nautical mile radius because they need a corridor to get to some water, or for whatever reason. They just may dictate for their operational needs a much larger radius, or in the event of, for example, here in Kamloops, we have jet aircraft that are doing the firefighting along with water bombers, so they require a different altitude to get to and from, ingress, egress from the fire area than, say, a skimmer. So, they could say 5 nautical mile radius up to 8,000 feet, up to 4,000 feet, up to 12,000 feet. Depends on what their operational need is. You must observe whatever is in the NOTAM. By default, 5 miles, 3,000 feet, or whatever is indicated in the NOTAM. So I'm just at the southwest corner of this restricted area here now, so I'm going to turn northbound, or northeastbound, I guess I should say, and descend down to 7,500 feet, because I'm changing directions again. And third example of a forest fire NOTAM is exactly what we're looking at right here. It's kind of a polygon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different points, all depicting a very large area that is considered a major fire. Lots of firefighting operations, lots of individual fires within that area. So the forestry people will give a set of coordinates, or distance and radials. More often than not, it'll be lat longs, depicting that area with an altitude restriction. So in this particular case, as you can see, well, if you can see, I'm flying right along the western edge of this restricted area, below the altitude restriction, but I am outside of the area, so I should have no worries about interfering with the firefighting activity within that area. So I hope that helps. Any fire, any smoke, 5 nautical miles, 3,000 feet, NOTAM or not. With a NOTAM, 5 nautical miles, 3,000 feet, or whatever's listed in the NOTAM, And in the case of some of these larger ones in the interior, polygon shape defining a very large area with an altitude restriction. Stay out. So hopefully that helps. So I'm just skirting around this one, and then I'm heading up to the Shuswap Lake one, which is a very large circle. So yeah, so there's another good example. So the Shuswap Lake fire, instead of giving a lat-long series of lat-longs to depict a large area, they're just saying a 15 nautical mile radius around Ross Creek Landing, up to 8,000 feet above sea level. So a couple of good examples there of the type of forest fire NOTAM you could encounter. So Lac Lejeune just coming up here on my right wing. Again, I don't see any fire. I don't see, I did see one aircraft there a little while ago, but I don't see him there now. 1267 traffic vicinity of Lac Lejeune, RV6 Golf Zulu Victor Delta 7500, just on the west side of Lac Lejeune, northeast bound, and avoiding the restricted airspace area. Golf Zulu Victor Delta. Alright, so I'm just coming up on the northwest corner of that airspace restricted area, and I'm just going to make a turn over towards Shuswap Lake. Visibility is really poor. Bell 212 over Kamloops, this RV6 Golf Zulu Victor Delta.
Go for Whiskey Bravo Whiskey over Kamloops.
Hey, Whiskey Bravo Whiskey, RV6, I'm at 7,500 feet just on the south end of Kamloops, and I'm eastbound towards Shuswap. Whereabouts are you in relation to the city there?
I am directly over the city, just maybe a mile north of the confluence of the rivers at 7,000.
Okay, I should be right at your 3 o'clock. I'm just south of the confluence and at 7,500 eastbound, and I'm grounding 152, so there should be no conflict in a minute or two.
Okay, I've got you on TCAS here. You're showing about 4 miles to the south of me.
Okay, roger that. No fancy decast here, unfortunately.
I'm heading towards, towards Salmon Arm, and then I'll be going for Revelstoke.
Okay, roger that. Yeah, I'm just out looking around at the fire damage and stuff, so I'll be, when I get out towards the Shuswap, I'll be climbing up to 9,500 feet to avoid the restriction there.
Roger that.
And Whiskey Bravo Whiskey Zulu Victor Delta is now 10 miles to the east of the airport. I've already started the climb up to 9,500, just going through 8,900.
Roger, Whiskey Bravo Whiskey.
So, looking ahead, during the climb up to 9,500 feet, I noted the top of the smoke layer is about 9,000 feet, and it's quite obvious. It's quite an extensive area of smoke, and it almost looks like cloud or fog. The forward visibility down through the smoke is about, I'll say, 8 or 9 miles, particularly to the east where I'm headed. It's a little murkier ahead. Not much better to the south, but to the north and west it's much better. But it's quite obvious where the smoke is. So I'm at 9,500 feet, just coming up around about 5 or 6 miles to the southwest of Chase. Very hard to see it down through the murk there, but that's about where I am. So the plan at this point is to just go right over the north side of Shuswap Lake. Again, while observing the restricted airspace. Now, in this particular case, I'm going to be flying over the restricted airspace by about 1,500 feet. This one tops out at 8,000 feet. I'm at 9,500. And just go maybe as far as, I don't know, Copper Island, and then maybe turn around and head back. I don't think I'm going to be able to see very much. It's pretty murky. Traffic vicinity of Chase and Shuswap Lake, RV6 Golf Zulu Victor Delta is about 5 miles to the southwest of Chase, northeastbound towards Shuswap Lake, 9,500 feet, not descending any lower. Golf Zulu Victor Delta. Cessna 172 Golf Whiskey Zulu Victor, currently 6,000 feet. We're inbound from the south on the south end of Kalamaka Lake. We're going to be heading right turn into Lummi Valley for the next 15 to 20 minutes. Golf Whiskey Zulu Victor. Well, I feel this is going to be a waste of time. The visibility is too poor. So I think I am just going to turn back towards Kamloops, as I can't see anything out ahead of me except for mountaintops.
9,500 feet on route to trail, heading east. And
367 traffic, vicinity of Chase, RV6 Golf Zulu Victor Delta. Just to beam the town of Chase, turning westbound back towards Kamloops, not below 8,500. Golf Zulu Victor Delta. Kamloops Radio with RV6 Golf Zulu Victor Delta.
Golf Zulu Victor Delta, Kamloops Radio.
Zulu Victor Delta is about 19 miles to the northeast and inbound for landing.
Zulu Victor Delta, runway 27, wind 090 at 3, altimeter 2999. Traffic plotting departure runway 27 northbound, Beach Musketeer, doing a run-up south gate. And just starting the approach, runway 27, Twin Comanche. Estimating in 12 minutes.
Okay, Zulu Victor Delta, I checked the traffic. I'll make it a kind of a slanted straight in for 27, just coming out over Paul Lake now, and I'll just continue on the north side of the valley and then make it a final.
Zulu Victor Delta, roger.
Kamloops Radio, Glass Star, Charlie Golf, Papa, Kilo Papa.
Glass Star Golf, Papa, Kilo Papa, Kamloops Radio.
Papa Kilo Papa is inbound from the north over the Rayleigh area, 3,500 feet for landing Kamloops.
Papa Kilo Papa, runway 27, wind 090 at 3, altimeter 2999. Traffic 15 miles northeast, inbound not final, RV6 estimating 6 minutes. And starting the localizer runway 27 approach, Twin Comanche. They're still 20 miles out, estimating in 10 minutes. Plotting departure runway 27 northbound, a Musketeer, still doing a run-up. Say your distance north.
Papa Kilo Papa showing 7 miles back, just coming up on the Halston Bridge here. And I can plan a straight in for 27.
Papa Kilo Papa, roger, runway 27. Report Halston Bridge, right base, runway 27.
Check that, Papa Kilo Papa.
Zulu Victor Delta, traffic just popped up 6 miles north, inbound, following the North Thompson Valley. Estimating Halston Bridge in 1 minute, a Glass Star.
Roger, Zulu Victor Delta, be watching for traffic.
Kamloops Radio, Golf Whiskey Hotel Golf, run up complete, hold short 27.
Whiskey Hotel Golf, roger. And are you northbound up the Tranquil or the North Thompson?
Up the North Thompson.
Whiskey Hotel Golf, roger. Traffic 5 miles on the northeast, southbound along the North Thompson. Glass Star, 10 miles northeast, inbound, estimating 4 minutes, an RV6.
Whiskey Hotel Golf, roger, departing runway 27, and I'll make it a westbound departure to stay out of the way of incoming traffic.
Whiskey Hotel Golf, can you make a right downwind departure?
Right downwind will do too, thanks, Whiskey Hotel Golf.
Roger.
Yeah, Papa Kilo Papa, Halston Bridge, turning in for the straight in 27.
Papa Kilo Papa, roger.
Whiskey Hotel Golf, departing runway 27, right downwind departure.
Whiskey Hotel Golf, roger. Zulu Victor Delta, report the Glass Star in sight. They're inside of the Halston Bridge now on right base.
Zulu Victor Delta, Wilco, actually just got him, traffic in sight.
Zulu Victor Delta, roger.
Kamloops Radio, Cessna 172, Golf Echo Juliet Romeo.
Golf Echo Juliet Romeo, Kamloops Radio.
Yeah, up now it's Flying Club, heading out to do a couple of circuits and do a run up at gate 23.
Echo Juliet Romeo, runway 27, wind 100 at 2, altimeter 2999. Traffic on final runway 27, glass star full stop, 5 miles northeast of RV6, runway 27, full stop. And the Toy Comanche, still 15 miles out on the approach runway 27.
Okay, we'll use runway 27 and like I said, run up at gate 23 and I'll report when complete.
Echo Juliet Romeo, squawk 2437.
Squawking 2437.
Papa Kilo Papa, start final 27.
Papa Kilo Papa, roger.
And Zulu Victor Delta is River Junction, turning final 27.
Zulu Victor Delta, roger.
Papa Kilo Papa down and clear on Bravo, taxiing Charlie, and Echo for the south side.
Papa Kilo Papa, report priority crossing threshold runway 27.
Papa Kilo Papa.
So anyway, Echo Juliet Romeo, run up complete, holding short 27 on Echo.
Echo Juliet Romeo, the RV6 just touching down runway 27 now, and the Twin Comanche still 12 miles final runway 27, and they're going to do the missed approach.
Okay, check the traffic and I'll take position on 27 and wait for the landing aircraft at port runway.